Imagine a massive canyon with business strategy on one side and technical engineering on the other. Without a bridge, projects devolve into assumptions and chaos. The Business Requirement Document, or BRD, serves as that architectural bridge. Its golden rule is simple: it defines what problem the business needs to solve and expected measurable outcomes. At this stage, we do not focus on how code will be written or how screens look. Avoid confusing symptoms with actual goals. In practice, we distill these into 3 layers. First, the business problem, such as Nexabank losing customers due to a 5-day account opening delay. Second, the business need, which is the required capability like a real-time digital verification engine. Finally, the business objective, a smart target like cutting onboarding time to under 10 minutes and reducing costs by 30%. Far from being paperwork, the BRD acts as the ultimate referee across the project lifecycle. It aligns executives with technical architects, defines in-scope and out-of-scope boundaries to prevent scope creep, provides leadership with a baseline to commit funding, and serves as the single source of truth during scope disputes. Where does the BRD fit in the SDLC? After the pre-project phase establishes the business case, the initiation phase begins, where the BA gathers requirements and drafts the BRD. The baseline sign-off acts as a strict gateway. No software code should be written until locked. Once approved, solution architects create technical designs, BUS draft functional requirements, and QA teams construct test plans against BRD objectives. The BA acts as the conductor orchestrating key stakeholders. The business sponsor owns the budget and vision, the business owner ensures operational viability, and subject matter experts contribute compliance rules. On delivery, the project manager plans schedules and the solution architect evaluates technical feasibility. The BA bridges all these roles, facilitating workshops and securing sign-off. To understand the difference between a BRD and an FRD, consider the custom house analogy. The homeowner provides the master charter, BRD, specifying the problem and budget. The architect creates the technical blueprint, FRD, defining wall measurements and layouts. When new feature requests arise, the builder checks the BRD, marks them out of scope, and requires a formal change request. A BRD structure contains 2 key parts. Part 1 covers context and boundaries, overview, problem statement, objectives, scope, and the stakeholder RACI matrix. Part 2 covers rules and governance, high-level requirements, business rules, assumptions and dependencies, risks, and UAT success criteria. A vital BA skill is distinguishing business intent from technical execution. While a BRD asks, what does the business need and why, an FRD or SRS details how the system must behave. For example, a BRD states customers must upload proof of address digitally, while an FRD specifies accepting PDF or JPEG files up to 5 MB saved to AWS S3. Projects rely on a clear documentation hierarchy. The BRD sits at the top to define high-level goals for sponsors. Downstream, the BA translates this into an FRD to detail workflows for developers and QA. Next, the solution architect crafts the SRS for specs like security and performance. In agile environments, product managers maintain the PRD for release features. In our Nexabank case study, physical branch visits caused 5-day delays and a 35% drop-off rate. During elicitation, the BA interviewed the sponsor for goals, mapped bottlenecks with the business owner, and integrated eKYC regulations with compliance SMEs. This defined clear scope boundaries, making web-based real-time ID checks in scope while excluding physical kiosks. Once drafted, the BRD reaches the version 1.0 baseline. It undergoes peer reviews with the project manager for budget alignment and the solution architect for technical feasibility. Formal sign-off from the business sponsor gives engineering teams the green light to begin system design. To build a resilient BRD, avoid technical solutions, vague jargon, and informal verbal approvals. Focus relentlessly on the what and why. Assign unique traceable IDs like BR01, frame objectives using smart targets, and maintain strict version control with change logs. In conclusion, the BRD is the definitive single source of truth for the project. Positioned at the center of technical designs, executive goals, and project schedules, it protects against scope creep and budget overruns. Mastering the BRD is mastering the core discipline of business analysis itself.